Here's what you said. Bam. Oh, damn. I didn't even know the nigga was going to say what I did. Niggas is fighting dragons and shit. Like, nigga ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. And now you look fucking crazy. And every time now he got his friends looking crazy. It's just like, that was my whole goal, to make all you niggas look crazy. Because ain't no way on any street corner anywhere in the world that anyone should be respecting the shit these niggas is talking about. What do you mean niggas ain't worthy to talk to you? Who the fuck do these niggas think they are? There's no metric that anyone has, even me. Who the fuck am I to tell anyone you ain't got the stripes to have a conversation with me? What type of fuck nigga shit is that to say? What? Honestly, let's have that conversation. Let's have that discussion. What gives anyone in this rap shit that ain't been doing it since 1979 the authority to tell another rapper that they don't have the right to talk to them? It doesn't matter if you hate me, if you love Royce, if you love Joe Budden, if you hate Mickey Factz, if you never heard of Osiris Anthem, if you feel like you could eat us all up and you the best rapper. What gives any rapper the right to tell another rapper in public, to his face, in front of thousands of people, that you don't have the right to talk to me? Street shit? Because you from the streets? Because of who you know? Because of how many raps you wrote? Because of how many shows you sold out? Because of how many records you sold? Because of how many awards you won? Because of how many metaphors you used? Because of how many punchlines you got? Because of how many beats you rapped over? How many t-shirts you sold? Like, let's start getting some metrics so we can never have this conversation again. Let's figure out today who has the right and the authority to establish the working rules and procedures of rap. To write the Constitution and the rule sets and the behavioral conditions and the hierarchy of rap. Who? Rap has been around for 40 some odd years. Maybe it's about that time. Right? And who is it? I humbly submit the person that I've been humbly submitting for years. I personally think that it should be Bun B. I think it should be Bun B. I think that Bun B should be at least the chairman of the board when it comes to dictating the constitution of rap. It should be Bun B. At least Bun B should be the chairman, who then goes on to decide the committees, like who to come up with the process of choosing the committees, right? Choosing the co-chair and the vice chairs, and at least coming up with a framework. I think it should be Bun B. Why do I think it should be Bun B? I think because he, for one, he's a GOAT. He's a legend in the game, respected in all corners of the game, from the streets to the rappers to the industry. I also believe that him personally, just his persona and the way he carries himself, his calmness and his subtlety, how he approaches things, just on some man shit, is able to have a certain level of diplomacy, right? Is able to reach across the table to settle differences and shit like that. I also believe that he has the space and the time to do it, right? And I don't want to speak for him too deeply, but this is just me projecting from the outside, because he knows this. I keep telling him, Joe Budden, you the president of hip hop. But I don't think he has the distractions. Like, he's not running a goddamn empire, like Rock Nation or something like that, like that. If he wanted to, he could fully step into what this thing is and build something out of it. That's what I think should do it. It definitely ain't me. It definitely ain't fucking Joe Budden. It definitely ain't any new nigga like that's from the past 20 years. Like, it's definitely firmly in dudes that's been doing this shit 30 years plus. So if Bun told me to shut the fuck up, I'd shut the fuck up. And not feel upset. I know Bun's not going to say, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. I know he not finna approach me like that. I know he's not going to have that youthful vigor to prove and put a motherfucker down to get his point across, unless you approach him like that. But even I think if you approach Bun like that, he's not going to respond to you like that, right? He might just punch you in your fucking face, but but I don't think people would approach Bun like that in that way either. Not saying that he's a saint and everybody's going to fuck with him that deeply, but I think that the majority of the hip-hop community respects the dog shit out of Bun B. And if Bun B stepped into a room and was like, y'all niggas need to be quiet, niggas would shut the fuck up and listen, because they know Bun is going to hit them with some game. Busta Rhymes too. But all day, now we having conversation, right? Now we having legitimate quality conversation, right? About folks who actually give respect and retain respect. I felt at one point that Royce was like that. That's why I was fucking with Royce, because I felt like he was one of them dudes like that. But here we are. And I still think he's capable of that, right? I still think he commands a certain authority, but I think it needs to be rebuilt. But even still, I don't think Royce has the metrics, or Joe, or none of them niggas have the metrics, nor the respect level, or the fucking legacy to command and go into a room and tell niggas to shut the fuck up. If Busta came into a room and was like, I need y'all niggas to tone this shit down, I got something to say, motherfuckers gonna be quiet than a bitch. I love it. I love it. Chuck D, Face Mob. Yeah, see, here we go. See how this works? See how this works when you actually try and set some conditions and some real practicable structural objectives to the space. You start to actually get quality candidates where you can actually put down a serious track record that actually have metrics, right? That can actually be enforced and proven, right? I don't think Bun would have a political agenda, right? It's not about pushing some black liberation, we the new Black Panther shit. Like, I don't think he would do that. I think he'd be a universalist and somebody who's a centrist and is able to bring all of the different aspects of it together and push the culture as a entity forward into places where we need to be. There needs to be universal health care. There needs to be, just within our space, right? There needs to be a way to solve some of these issues with a lot of these rappers getting killed, you know, in their primes or even before their primes. There's real serious issues in the hip hop community which need to be solved, right? Financial management, financial literacy, retirement programs, right? There's no reason why dudes who've impacted the culture, even if it was just one song, you know, have to die and broke and fucked up, you know, begging niggas on IG to look out and shit like that. Shit, with all these millionaires and niggas walking around with fucking $1 million on their fucking neck. There's no way that should happen. So you need somebody who's not aware to say, look, I'm not helping with, and it's right. Peep this. You got a nigga in the Bay who's never even heard of these niggas in New York, who's worth $1 billion fucking dollars, and you got a dude in New York who had it popping in 97, who wasn't even, the nigga in the Bay wasn't even born before this dude was popping. And this dude just need to get his rent paid, or this dude needs to get a lien taken off of him, just a few $1,000s here, or he needs to put a life insurance policy together, or even just something like everybody has a funeral, right? Like everybody has funeral expenses. So we're going to make sure that whatever that is going to be taken care of, right? And you ain't got to go to some random ass dude who don't give a fuck to try and get or do a GoFundMe or some shit like that